Welcome to the session on extreme programming values and principles, where we'll explore one of the most innovative agile methodologies. Extreme programming focuses on delivering high-quality software while embracing flexibility and collaboration. Its practices are particularly well suited for fast-paced dynamic environments where requirements can change frequently. To guide our discussion, here is the agenda for today's session. We'll begin by understanding what extreme programming is, its history, and where it fits within the agile landscape. Next, we'll explore the core values that underpin extreme programming and set the foundation for its practices. We'll delve into the principles that guide decision making and team behavior in extreme programming, and finally, we'll compare extreme programming and Scrum, highlighting their similarities, differences, and when each might be the best fit. By the end of this session, you'll have a clear understanding of how extreme programming complements agile methodologies, its emphasis on technical excellence, and how its values and principles drive success. And let's get started with the basics. What is extreme programming? Contrary to what its name might suggest, is not about working under extreme conditions, but is instead a structured and disciplined software development methodology. Extreme programming was developed in the 1990s by Kent Beck, one of the 17 creators of the Agile Manifesto. It was initially conceived as a lightweight methodology for small to medium-sized teams operating in environments with vague initial specifications and frequent changes. Kent Beck first introduced extreme programming in his book Extreme Programming Explained, published in 1999, with a second edition released in 2004. So, why is it called extreme? Extreme programming takes effective development practices and pushes them to their limits. Code reviews are taken to the extreme by reviewing code continuously. Testing becomes continuous and integrated. Design is iteratively refined through daily refactoring. Integration testing occurs multiple times daily. Extreme programming fundamentally asks, how would you program if you had all the time in the world? The answer: write tests, refactor frequently, and communicate openly with your team and customers. Its core paradigm is simple: stay aware, adapt, and embrace change. This approach delivers rapid development, low defect rates, and high customer satisfaction while fostering team cohesion. Extreme programming is built on 5 core values that guide its practices and principles. First one is communication. Effective communication is the foundation of successful projects. Extreme programming emphasizes constant communication among team members, customers, and stakeholders to prevent misunderstandings and ensure clarity. For example, discussing design changes, asking customers the right questions, and sharing critical updates all contribute to project success. The second value is simplicity. So, extreme programming encourages solving today's problems with the simplest solutions possible, adopting principles like do the simplest thing that could possibly work, and you aren't gonna need it. Simplicity reduces unnecessary complexity and helps maintain focus. Continuous feedback loops at all levels are central to extreme programming. Whether it's customer feedback on features, unit tests providing real-time system insights, or frequent releases for stakeholder review, feedback helps guide development effectively. The fourth value is courage. Extreme programming empowers teams to embrace change, refactor code, and address challenges head-on. It also encourages open and honest communication about progress and setbacks. And the last value is respect. Mutual respect within the team and with stakeholders fosters collaboration and shared accountability. Developers respect customers' expertise, and management respects the team's autonomy. These 5 values are interdependent, with each one reinforcing the others to create a productive and collaborative environment. Building on its values, extreme programming incorporates principles that provide actionable guidance for development teams. One principle is rapid feedback. this principle emphasizes quickly understanding and acting on feedback. Developers receive immediate feedback through pair programming and unit tests, while customers provide timely input on features. Assume simplicity principle is about teams that focus on solving today's problems without over-engineering for an uncertain future. This approach aligns with principles like try, don't repeat yourself, to minimize redundancy and improve efficiency. Incremental changes is the third principle. Extreme programming advocates for small iterative changes to design, planning, and processes. Big challenges all at once are avoided, ensuring continuous progress with minimal disruption. Well, regarding embracing change, extreme programming views change as an opportunity rather than a challenge. Teams adapt strategies as customer needs, markets, or technologies evolve. And last but not least, extreme programming emphasizes pride in delivering high quality products. Teams enjoy their work, collaborate effectively, and deliver valuable solutions consistently. While extreme programming and Scrum share many similarities as agile methodologies, they also have distinct differences. One important difference is regarding iteration length. Scrum iterations or sprints typically last 2 to 4 weeks, while XP iterations are shorter, usually 1 or at most 2 weeks. Also, Scrum locks the sprint scope once planning is complete, while extreme programming allows changes to the iteration as long as equivalent work is swapped. Scrum teams prioritize the backlog collaboratively, while extreme programming teams strictly follow customer-determined priorities. And the last difference, which is very important, is that extreme programming prescribes specific practices like test-driven development, pair programming, and refactoring, whereas Scrum leaves engineering practices to the team's discretion. Despite these differences, the two methodologies are highly complementary. One advice I took from Mike Cohn from one of his books is to start with Scrum to establish a foundation and gradually adopt extreme programming practices as your team discovers their value. Extreme programming offers a robust framework to deliver high quality software with a focus on adaptability and collaboration. Its values and principles create an environment where teams thrive, delivering consistent value to customers. In the next session, we'll explore the practices that translate extreme programming's principles into actionable workflows, diving deeper into what makes this methodology so effective.